Basically, I'm a PhD student and a lecturer at Sunderland University, and I'm currently working on this PhD project, Stargazing at the Invisible, Photography and the Power of Obscure Light, and it's a research partnership with Kielder Observatory in Northumberland. Has anybody been to Kielder? Oh, some hands, excellent. Brilliant. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my project, about what I've been doing, what I've been working on, who I am, and what is to come. So yes, this is a practice-led fine art photography research project undertaken in partnership with Kielder, exploring the physical experience of stargazing for amateur astronomers under darker skies in northern England. The work is funded by the National Productivity Investment Fund, and it's underpinned by feminist science theory, particularly Donna Haraway's theory of situated knowledges. My work is using creative methods, including photography, video, collaborative art practice, exhibitions and outreach workshops to test and expand the cultural offer at Kielder Observatory as a public outreach science organisation in Northumberland. Kielder Observatory is located in West. It was established in 2008 by Sunderland astronomer Gary Files. Online, it's described as a, quote, magical and unique visitor attraction under the finest dark skies in England, end quote. Located in Europe's largest international dark sky park, events provide opportunities for visitors to stargaze, when the skies are clear, of course, and to learn about the universe in a remote, off-grid building located at the top of a single-track road. It's quite an experience getting there. A large aspect of my project is intended to test and provide new fine art photography to engage Kielder's audiences differently, to communicate during the nights when there's bad weather, which happens quite often due to the large reservoir nearby. Also to communicate to walkers in the day, because the building is part of the Kielder Art and Architecture Trail, and also to provide the staff with new ways of how to communicate science. But it's a very special place. My photographic practice attempts to not merely illustrate outer space, but rather to engage with what Joanna Tylinska describes as a, quote, technological, biological, cultural, social and political flows of data that produce photographic objects, end quote. Achieving this has involved engaging the staff, visitors and volunteers who work at and who visit Kielder Observatory through conversations, surveys and portrait photography. So, considering Zylinska's reflection on the cultural and social in the production of photography, I'm interested in using photography to engage Kielder Observatory, and the people who visit there, to immerse themselves in darkness on a daily basis. Here is Hazel, a visitor at Kielder, who patiently let me photograph her in the rain. I felt a bit sorry for her. She is my mother though, she wasn't. This image is part of a series of portraits that captures the stargazing community, visualising the sometimes solitary experience of immersive darkness. I've called my portraits Wanderers, after Philip Seymour's explanation of the word planets. He explains, quote, we derive the word planet from the Greek planetes, which means a traveller or a wanderer. Whereas the stars kept their distances with respect to one another, and hence could be linked together to form constellations, the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn constantly changed their positions against the background stars, and this is why they were called wanderers, or planets, end quote. So with a number of paths, trails and maps, walking or wandering is a large part of the visitor experience of Kielder, and many people visit to leisurely wander through the forest, moving their position in the landscape, like planets moving in outer space.